from Dublin, Ohio, on the outskirts of the state capital. It's the Division II state semifinal between the Buckeye local Panthers and the Piqua Indians. Good morning, everybody. I'm George Kellis, along with Ty Fleming. And Coach, 5 years ago, you coached the Shadyside Tigers in the semifinals. It's sort of like the AFC or NFC championship. It really hurts to lose at this level. You really want to win this game.
Oh, definitely, George. You know, the pressure is really on more, I say, the coaches than the players. The players are going to go out and do their job. Now it's up to the coaches to make sure that they got everything down. They've done their scouting. They've done their homework and get everything ready to go. And talking with the Buckeye coaches, one thing we think they're going to have to do is run the ball at Piqua. They got to have too much speed to try to do too much fancy stuff against.
Yeah, and the last high school football game you and I witnessed was Bellsville's 35-34 win over Columbiana last Saturday night. I don't think this is going to be that sort of ball game.
No, definitely. Piqua's had 12 games this year. 10 of their opponents have scored 7 points or less. So they're a defensive ball club with speed. There's 6'5", 6'4" people inside, a couple Division I athletes. They've played a Division I schedule all year. So Buckeye's going to have their hands full, but I think Coach Pope will have his team up, and the Panthers are ready to go tonight.
Yeah, and the Panthers are not exactly lunch meat on defense either, having allowed only 14 points to two pretty good playoff opponents. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after these messages. Coin toss, but deferred to the second half, so they will kick off to open the football game. Piqua will be wearing the white uniforms, or at least the white jerseys with the black pants, and Buckeye local in the all blue, as you see on the near sideline. And we thank you very much for that sign right there. We love you too, Panther fans, and are pulling like crazy in our typical unbiased way, you and me here, Ty Fleming, for the Panthers to win this ball game and get to the state championship game on the carpet at Massillon next week. And if we get a little carried away and simple at times, forgive us for doing so. But in any event, one thing we noticed going through the lineups here is that Piqua has only 3 starters going both ways as John Seuss gets ready to kick it away here to Piqua. I think, Ty, that is indicative of a very large Division II school that has the luxury of doing that. They were Division I for many years. All right, on the return here, they come back with Sheldon Steinke, and he brings it back out near the 30-yard line.
Ben Bailey, one of the boys on the tackle.
Indian offense. In the backfield, Lance Karn is the quarterback, Ryan Honeycutt, and Brian Magato. We'll talk more about Magato. Flanker is Sheldon Steinke, who was on the return. Antoine Jones, the Division I prospect at tight end. Joe Seeger. Up front, they've got Campling, Mars, Morgan, Anderson, and Ford. Here is Piqua, 1st and 10 from its own 29-yard line, and there are penalty markers down on the play. We're in the neutral zone, George. It's a dead ball foul, so it'll probably be a foul here against Buckeye local for lining up in that neutral zone. So mark off 5 yards out to the 34, and Piqua will have 1st and 5.
Yes, look at the fans there this morning are going to see the Piqua Ball Club, who loves to pound the ball at you in there. And they got a very quick quarterback in there, and Lance Karn, who missed 4 games this year because of an ankle injury, but he's back and healthy, and he really gives them an added dimension in that backfield.
This could be another problem here, and I think originally we were on the ball carrier. We got very little there.
Like Danny McCain had him wrapped up immediately.
Brian Magato, who has run for 1,067 yards, and we'll get a chance to look at him. They'll be calling his number quite a bit tonight, number 22. Looked like maybe one of the Panthers may have jumped across there before the ball was snapped, and that is Magato, number 22. Back to live action now, and on 2nd down, the left-handed quarterback hits his man for a 1st down. Steinke makes the reception at the 35-yard line, where it'll be a 1st down for the Piqua Indians. The Panther defenders, up front, Jim Runovich, Clint Hepburn, Mike Roush, and Mike Wilk. They are backed by this exceptional foursome, Rich Fetty, Danny McCain, Scott Treckle, and Joe Kaminsky. Ben Bailey, Chet Poblish, and Dave Cornish in the Buckeye secondary. Fake to the first man, and the quarterback on a keeper across midfield to the Buckeye 45-yard line, Lance Karn. And you mentioned that he missed 4 games due to injury, but he has the kind of statistics that belie that. If you look at his numbers, passing and rushing, he looks like he had a full season's worth. So the guy is capable of putting up some big numbers in a short period of time, and you'll see him run frequently on that option.
Yes, he's 6'3", 188 junior, and he is a nice-looking athlete out there for him.
1st and 10 Piqua at the Buckeye 45-yard line, and they give it to the up back, who is across the 40 and down to the 36-yard line. Ryan Honeycutt.
They're really right now controlling the line of scrimmage on the Panthers. The Panthers D has got to come up right now before we get down here too much further in the red zone. We'll take a look at it here. Just an inside trapping game to the fullback up the middle cut, and Honeycutt followed his guard nicely and got through there clean for an 8-yard gain on 1st down, bringing up 2nd down and 8 now for the Indians from the Buckeye local 37-yard line.
2nd down, and this is going to be close to the 1st down with Honeycutt carrying on the play. And he has a 1st and 10 for Piqua at about the 33-yard line, and it's very important to establish something up along the defensive front right here. One thing the Panthers have done in their first 2 playoff games is fallen behind in the first half, trailing 7-6 in each game before erupting in the second half for victories going away. 1st and 10 at the 33. Magato gets the call. He is finally going to be grabbed at the 30-yard line.
Poblish grabbed him around the waist. Truck will help clean him up in there along with Cornish. And what they're doing right now, George, they're just controlling the line of scrimmage on us. We're going to have to, we cannot play head up on those people out there. Then it's going to be up to our defensive staff to make some adjustments out there and start going a little bit of game and to do something to create some disruption in their backfield, because they've had their way with us going down the field in this first drive.
2nd down and 7. Karn on a short drop throws. The ball is caught at the 20-yard line. It's another 1st down, and they go to their bread and butter receiver, Sheldon Steinke. 1st down at the Buckeye 20-yard line, so in a matter of 3.5 minutes, they have marched from their own 29 to the Buckeye 20.
Yes, just a nice 3-step drop back there by Karn and put the ball right on the money on a quick slant to Steinke.
Very dangerous with the play action. And now the pitch back to the fullback, Honeycutt, who falls and loses yardage on the play back near the 25-yard line. Loss of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Yes, good momentum breaker right there.
Yes, but we had to play well defended right there. We'll take a look at it here. We'll see number 44, Danny McCain, coming across to take Kern on the option as the ball was pitched. You'll see number 33 right there, Mike Rouse coming right up on him. So we had to play defended for a loss, but the slippage just helped. It gives us now 2nd and 16.
Our press box is shaking, and Karn is back again, throws down the middle, ball caught brilliantly inside the 10-yard line for a 1st down. Jason Schachner made the catch, and it'll be 1st and goal Piqua at the Buckeye 6-yard line. And another look at it, Karn very poised, throwing the ball in a fingertip grab.
Yes,
very nicely done.
Yes, they've had the man open on the patterns all night, and he's having time back there. We're going to start getting the pressure we've seen Buckeye do all year long. And we got to put some pressure on Karn early now as they got a 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. Power football.
Magato to the outside. He has a touchdown, and quite honestly, that was as easy as I have seen anyone move the ball against the Panther defense all year. And it's 6-0 Piqua. Not yet 5 minutes into this.
We'll take a look at it here. Just a power off tackle, which Magato right there. You'll see the 2 lead blockers going for him right there. They got the wall caved to the inside. He just bounces the outside and gives a dip on the outside there to Cornish, and he goes in the end zone untouched. 7-13, 6-0 Indians.
Joe Lyman will attempt the point after. The kick. Good. 7-13 to go in the first period. Your score, Piqua 7, and Buckeye Local about to get its first possession of the game. Wow. Well, here's something to keep in mind. Buckeye has scored 53 points in 2 playoff games, an average of 27, but Piqua has yielded only 65 points in 12 games. That's about 5.5 points a game. If that were to hold up here, they've already got this game won. I don't think they'll limit the Panthers to 5 points or less, but they have that kind of defensive capability, so it is a concern when you fall behind 7-0.
Oh, definitely. Just running down the scores of their opponents, George. 0-0, 13, 0, 6, 6, 21, 3, 6, 0, in the playoffs, 0-7. So they are a defensive-minded ball club.
And that was pretty crisp offensive execution. Offense is not necessarily what they are noted for. Alrighty. Lyman kicks it away. Ball coming down short, fumbled. Finally picked up by one of the Panthers who is drilled out there.
Clint Hepburn picked that up, dropping back to block back there from McCain. McCain lost it on the flight and bounced off of him, and Clint Hepburn, coming back from his up position to do some blocking, wisely picked that ball up and took it out to the 22-yard line. 7:07 in the first quarter, and the Panthers get their first go at the offense. One person the Panther fans name I want to keep a good eye on out there is big number 85 in there, Antoine Jones, who is supposed to be a Division I prospect. We'll see what he does tonight against the Panther offense as Chet Povich picks up 3 yards and a pop in the middle, George, on first down.
And you're going to see Chet get the ball quite a few times as usual. A gain of 3 yards on first down, 2nd and 7. Piqua 7, Buckeye Local nothing. We are in the first period. George Kellis along with Ty Fleming from Dublin, which, if you've never been here before, is on the northwest side of Columbus. Out of the I formation, Povich gets the call and not much running room. And what you get a little concerned about was the ease with which Piqua moved up the field. The undefeated Indians coming in here at 12-0 and scoring on their initial drive. The Buckeye Panthers now looking at about 3rd and 6, and these 3rd and longs will get you in some trouble. And we're looking here at a mark of the ball at the 26-yard line. So field position is at stake as they align in a power I. The fake to the up back, now the pitch back coming to the near side. It's going to be a first down, and a good play call right there as Povich gets the first down and a confidence boost as we look at the Panther offensive starting unit. Elliot Hosenfeld is the quarterback, Mike Roush and Chet Povich the setbacks, Danny McCain the slot back. Joe Kaminsky, whose father passed away on Wednesday night, playing in this game. Obviously, a very difficult situation for Joe. Brian Robson is the split end. We'll get back to the interior lineman on first down. McCain blasts through the middle. He's to midfield, and Buckeye has something humming to the Piqua 48-yard line. Danny McCain.
Nice job here by the Panther offense. That was called from the sideline, or Elliott out there on the field. That ball was snapped on a quick count. We'll take a look at here, and we caught the Indian defense napping out there. They look right there, nice fold blocking, which the guard and center created on that left-hand side, and Dan just had a nice big hole to ramble up through there, taking the ball across midfield.
Again, it's McCain. McCain bowling over people, and finally is pulled backwards. That number 85 there is Antoine Jones, who has visited Notre Dame 3 times. We'll be talking about him as time goes by. Now we want to look at that offensive line a bit more carefully. Mason Boyce, Corey Benton, Jason Sustic, Bobby Ogden, the big fellow at right tackle, and R.C. Fellows.
One thing I've noticed early, George, on these first couple plays that we've come out there running, and that is that big number 85.
Ball incomplete, intended for Cornish, and was broken up in the secondary by Magato, who has been an all-everything in the league that Piqua plays in. Now looking at the Piqua defense, Joe Lineman is a good lineman at 6'4", 230 pounds, a junior. Antoine Jones at 6'4", 240, the senior. Brandon Tips and Ben Holtvolk will get back to the linebackers shortly. And Poblish to the outside. Poblish with a first down to the 30-yard line.
Nice blocking by the outside. Sealed out there real well. Mike Rouse threw a key block outside that cleared him through out there. And Chet just made the most of it and got up in that seam, taking him a first down on the 31-yard line.
Get another look at it. Yep.
Watch the top of the screen, folks. Watch the nice blocking out there on this plus. Right there, Chet takes the seam down, just cuts right up through the hole, and an arm tackle brings him down on the 31. First and 10 with 4:30
in the first period. Down 7-0. McCain works the left side again and gets a decent chunk, but there may be a penalty marker for procedure as we get set to show you the rest of the Piqua defensive alignment. It will be illegal motion here against the Panthers, unfortunately. Doug Uhl, Lance Karn, Kelly Grunkmeyer, and Andy Free are the linebackers. And your secondary people, Mark Kuhl, Magato, and Jason Shackner for the Piqua Indians. 5-yard mark-off will bring it back to about the 36-yard line, where it'll be first down and 15.
Yes, we had one of our wide receivers on that play, George, take a step forward before the ball was snapped, and the official on the sideline automatically threw the flag out there. Got to keep his eyes on the ball from that outside position, not listen.
I formation, twin receivers. Hosenfeld trying to run out of traffic is brought down at about the original line of scrimmage, gets the 5 yards back. It'll be second down and 10. Elliot Hosenfeld, the senior quarterback. And we'll get another look at the lanky QB in action right here.
Nice job. He stepped up in the pocket, but at that point in time, he decided to go for it. And Grunkmeyer came right across, took his legs out from under him. As you said, we're back to second down now, and might as well call it 10 from the 32-yard line.
Power I formation. The pitch, not necessarily the perfect pitch that you want to see in that situation, but Poblish is wheeled down on the near side of the field at the 30 as the very, very stingy Piqua defense starts to flex a muscle here late in the first period. They lead 7-0, and the low pitch may have altered Poblish's momentum upfield just for a moment and cost him additional yardage there. Third down and 10.
Buckeye an unbalanced left, George.
Hosenfeld sets up the short screen to the near side. Poblish sidesteps a tackler. Poblish a first down, dropped the ball out of bounds, and it is a first down, Buckeye.
Got a break here, that ball falling out of bounds there, but nice call by the Panther staff on a screen pass here to the short side, take advantage of their pass rush. We'll take a look out here, big number 89 coming in from the bottom of the screen. Joey Lyman was sucked up in real good, and now is outside as a one-on-one between Pobe and their linebacker, number 49, Gunkmeyer, and he made a move on him and got around him. Right now you see the ball come out and just luckily roll out of bounds for the Panthers.
First and 10 Buckeye at the Piqua 17-yard line. And the inside give, fighting for yardage, Mike Roush. So Buckeye has proved to Piqua that they are capable of moving the football, and it's just been a potent offense, the old unstoppable force, immovable object, and we'll see what gives as Buckeye is forcing Piqua to take a timeout to talk matters over defensively. Your score, Piqua 7, Buckeye nothing on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. We'll be right back. The Buckeye faithful on the press box side of the field as they have filled this rather large facility and beautiful facility. We're in the high rent district here in Columbus.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. One of those areas where...
I'm not sure if we should stop me a cup of coffee, George.
Well, probably, what would you call, what kind of coffee do they make in those big machines?
Espresso,
yeah, cappuccino. That's it. You might find
okay.
that, but I don't know if you're going to get decaf around here. But it is second down and 4 after a gain of 6 by Roush on first down. Ball at the 11-yard line, and Buckeye trying to bounce back from a 7-0 deficit. Poblish very deep in the eye, but they give it to Roush, and Roush struggles forward to the 10.
Yes, trying to run that inside trap, and they think they're going to have to run the trap to the right side of the offensive line. Trying to trap that left side is going to be tough because Antoine Jones, their stellar defensive tackle, really doesn't get a good charge off the ball. As that ball snaps, we can see him at different times on the film there. You just watch him. He just kind of stands up there and reads things. He's really not coming across that line to where he could be trap bait.
Again, out of the I formation from the 10-yard line. Poblish cuts through the middle. Touchdown, Buckeye! Well, I don't know if Piqua has faced a back of Chet's caliber, but the young man has rung up 1,446 yards through 12 games, and now 22 touchdowns, a 10-yard touchdown run by Chet Poblish, and the Buckeye Panthers drive some 77 yards and have an opportunity to tie the game. John Seuss kicks. It is good.
Taking a look at the touchdown. Watch the job here done by the left side. I believe it's going to be Jason Sustick. Watch him take their all-high candidate, just shove him to the side, open that hole up there for Chet to go right on up and through. Nice job by the left tackle, Bobby Ogden, to clear the way for him. And Mike Roush leading up through there for the first six-pointer with 1:55 to go in the first quarter. We look at the High Valley Hospital scoreboards. Buckeye Local 7, the Piqua Indians 7.
I would say that we have seen a pretty good surgical job here by the two offenses against two very highly regarded defensive squads. Yes, and now the first defense to regroup is going to have the edge in matters here.
Yes, but it's so nice to answer that, George, right off the bat to show Piqua that they're in a football game and to show us that we can play with this ball club. So now it's just a matter of going out and taking what they do away from them and look at their offense with its people upstairs and try to pick up where their tendencies are and take those away from them.
Keep in mind, Buckeye Local scored 6 points in the first halves of each of its first two playoff games. They've already got 7 here in the first quarter. Look at the way this place is shaking, and that's because the camera here in the press box. Look at this dead duck. It falls. That ball loose.
I believe they got it back, though, George. It squirted out, and if the white shirt went for it.
There's about 5 Navy jerseys there, and one very lucky white one with the ball. And again, it's that fellow we talked about earlier, Kelly Grunkmeyer.
Grunkmeyer's been at the right spot every time. Take a look at this. We can see that ball squirt out of there. The boy didn't go up the field to clean, and he was late picking it up. And as he picked it up, he tried to have his eyes up. Watch the ball just squirt right there.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And right into Grunkmeyer's hands. 1st and 10 for Piqua on the 26.
The give to Magato, and this time he runs into early opposition as Clint Hepburn came up to make the hit. And this is what you want to do to Piqua, is put them in uncomfortable 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations. The Panthers were unable to do that on Piqua's opening drive, in which they drove downfield 71 yards and put 7 on the board.
A lot of times, George, you can contribute that to just nerves in the stomach of the defenders out there to get their first bang out of the way out there.
Magato is drilled. And Mike Wilt coming from the left side. And I'll tell you what, the Panthers have some guys who don't get a lot of publicity. And on the very first 2 plays on this series, I'm telling you, you could hear it up here, and we're about 2 zip codes away from the field. That's how far the press box is, as Wilt comes up and greets Magato with some rather rude holiday greetings.
And wrapped and drove him to the ground. 3rd and long. Now we'll take a look what they do in this situation.
3rd and 11. Karn.
Option.
He's tripped up and down he goes. And it's Hepburn again. Clint Hepburn makes 2 big plays on this series, and it's 3 and out for the Piqua Indians as the Buckeye Panthers have reasserted themselves here defensively. Karn is dangerous once he starts to move about in the pocket and out of the pocket, but Hepburn too strong, and that is a sack, and we'll give away some money here in behalf of the Kroger Food and Drug Company. For each sack recorded by either team, Kroger donates $50 to the Salvation Army. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Quick quarter.
Your score: Piqua 7, Buckeye 7. We'll be back with the second quarter right after these messages. Brown Stadium in Massillon. What a dream that would be for any of our OVAC teams to fulfill that long trek that it takes to get to a state championship, one that has eluded so many quality OVAC teams, Ty.
Yes, up on the turf. They have that AstroTurf in there. They got that sand turf at Paul Brown Stadium. See 26,000 people, so the Valley can come out and get a good seat.
Hopefully we can get the Panthers in there. Karn kicks it away downfield, and the ball will be returned in excellent shape right here. I believe it was Cornish on the return to the 40-yard line of the Piqua Indians. And I'm not too sure that Piqua has had to deal with a lot of adversity in making too many comebacks this year by looking at their scores. If the Panthers can get the edge, they might put Piqua in one of those situations they don't want to be in. They want to get the lead and then turn that defense loose on opposing offenses.
Nice job there by Dave coming up, catching that ball before it hit the ground. There's Elliott on the roll out left. Oh, he got...
Good job by Hosenfeld.
Nice job. He had the containment broke, and he had plenty of room to go. They just kept their people going backwards into the secondary with our receivers. And once he made it, Elliott had a lot of room to run. Pick up 8 yards on first down. Take a look at it here. Right here, he got the containment broke down. There's no one to throw the football to. He's just going to pull it down and try to run away from Antoine.
And he does. Antoine Jones rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling behind Elliott Hosenfeld. A gain of 8, second down 2 at the 32-yard line. To give this time to McCain, he slashes inside the 30 to the 29. A first down, Buckeye. So after that opening drive in which Piqua went up 7-0, the Panthers have been aroused.
They've responded. They've got the butterflies out of their system. Now they're playing football. That's what we can continue to do here. Put some points here on the scoreboard in the second quarter and put them, as you said, in an uncomfortable situation. They're not used to being behind ball clubs by the looks of those scores we've looked at, George.
And there's their head coach on the far side, Bill Neese, in his 4th year here. First down and 10, and this time McCain tries to get away but runs into a host of tacklers. Antoine Jones, there he is. Told you earlier that he's been to Notre Dame games on 3 different occasions this year and is being recruited by everyone, including Ohio State. I went to
2 Ohio State games, George. Is that
I don't think they're after you.
Okay.
Second down and 10. Hosenfeld lobs it. Ball is caught brilliantly inside the 10 by Poblish. First down.
Nice job. Good Chet out wide out. Just ran him on a streak up the football field, and he beat Mark Cool. And Elliott put the ball in the money. We'll take a look at it here, folks. It's going to the bottom of the screen. Elliott, a lot of time back. Good job by the offensive line. And Chet pulls it down. First and goal.
You're not going to single cover him too well.
No.
First and goal, Buckeye at the 7-yard line. And one thing, Buckeye has to send a message that they are capable of throwing the football, and Hosenfeld has done it well in the last, I would say, 5 or 6 football games. First and goal, and McCain, not a real clean exchange right there from Elliott, and
no, we had a little
short yardage.
We had a little bumping in there between Elliott and Mike going up on the fake on the left-hand side there, and kind of threw Elliott out of whack there, and the timing just wasn't real good for Danny up the middle, and a little counter dive up the middle, so bringing up now 2nd and 7.
10 minutes and 15 seconds. Clock turning, second quarter. Buckeye local. Second down goal at the 6. Running out of the power eye right. Hosenfeld pitches to Poblish. Poblish will not gain yardage. Good pursuit to the outside by the Piqua defense. And one thing we've heard so much about regarding Piqua is the quickness of their defenders, and we saw good pursuit right there.
Yes, they love people to try to run wide on them, but that's their strength, is just go outside and go with people like that. So don't be surprised. We come back now inside there with either Roush or McCain up the middle. We've been running an unbalanced, George, flipping the big tight end, Kaminsky, over to give us an unbalanced. So this time we're going to balance them up with the power eye. You've got to get out of this possession with the lead somehow, some way. And McCain runs and is down to the 3-yard line. A little misdirection action inside with Danny McCain cutting it up inside the 5. It'll be 4th down and goal at the 3. And we'll see exactly what Ronnie Pobe and company have in mind right here. If they were to go for the field goal,
You're going to send Lyman, or rather, John Seuss. Lyman is the place kicker for Piqua. John Seuss for the Buckeye Panthers. This would be a field goal attempt with a sharp angle to the right. 20 yards.
I don't think he's going to go for the field goal, George. I look for him to go ahead and run the football right now. Don't be surprised. Remember that Chet is left-handed. Don't be surprised if we see the pitch to the outside here. We know Chet's going to throw the football, and this would be a perfect position right now with them trying to chase Chet down from the sideline to go ahead with a halfback option pass. So this is the time that right now the Pope's going to put something in there that he's got right now. As you go into the ball game, you get down inside the 5-yard line. You got on your play sheet right there. You see him carrying off there. He got 4 to 5 plays that is good for an extra point, which means from the 3-yard line. So he's going to look right now, and he's going to go with one of those 3 or 4 plays. He got down there for a 3-yard gain for a touchdown.
So this is like a 2-point conversion call right here.
He got one picked out right now on his play sheet that he knows that he's going to use. Don't be surprised we see where they're lined up in the...
Well, they give it to McCain.
He's in.
He scores!
What power football. Oh, Pobe.
I'll tell you what. You got to give that outfit credit for rolling the dice right there. And you got to give the front wall of the Buckeye Panthers all the credit in the world as they just turned this outfit inside out up front. Nice. And you can see Danny McCain gets the call. He just follows his blockers. And those guys, look at this. Antoine Jones is on his heels. The extra point, meanwhile, is good as you see carcasses falling into the end zone.
Nice power
you
football.
Can't block any better than this.
Take it down. Look at this. Look at the left-hand side. It just shoved people right back in the end zone. Big number 33, Mike Rouse leading the way. Danny McCain with 9:09 to go puts us up 13-7. And then John Seuss goes to the extra point, 14-7. Look at the High Valley Hospital scoreboard. Buckeye Local 14, Piqua 7. We'll be right back.
Outstanding students at Buckeye Local High School. This week we salute Margaret Dagenhart, Student Council President and Varsity Cheerleader. Dan McCain, National Honor Society and Varsity Football. Carrie Steffel, Senior Class Treasurer and Varsity Track. Joe Kaminsky, National Honor Society and Varsity Football. Carrie Simborski, National Honor Society and Merit Scholars. WTOB9 and Fox Run Hospital salute all the students at Buckeye Local High School.
Team Piqua 7. The winner goes to the state championship game. No OVAC team outside the city of Steubenville has ever gone to the state finals. Steubenville and Steubenville Catholic Central have each done it, and Buckeye Local tries to put its name on that historic list. Here's a nice return out across the 35-yard line by Piqua. We got a long way to go in this one as the Panthers have to come back and strap it up on defense.
Sheldon Steinke returning that ball for the Piqua Indians out to the 37 for them. And now it's up to defense again. It really would be a key here mentally against the Piqua Indians to shut their offense down, get the ball back before half with 8:57 to go in the second quarter. You just want to really put some doubt in these kids' mind that they're playing a High Valley football.
And to give to Magato, who is a dandy ball player, and Magato gets good yardage on first down out across the 40 to the 42.
Nice hold there by the offensive line, but again, George, going back to that touchdown run by Buckeye Local, the left-hand side, Jason Stustick, Bobby Ogden, big tight end Joe Kaminsky just caved them in right there. Nice job there, their offensive line on their right side caving in the Buckeye defense, bringing up 2nd down and 4.
At the 43 of Piqua.
Pass.
Karn back. Karn almost intercepted. And Joe Kaminsky, we talked about him earlier, obviously playing with a heavy heart. The big fella at 6'5". You've got to applaud him even being out here tonight with his father passing away some 48 hours ago.
Nice job by Joe dropping back there in his hook zone. He picked up that pass real well, come out of Karn's hand, and I think he saw the green grass in front of him before he looked the ball into his hands. 3rd and 4 for Piqua. Option.
Here's the quarterback. He's got the first down. Good job by Lance Karn.
Nice looking athlete. George saw him coming out of the locker room there in pregame before he came onto the ball field, and I knew he was going to be an athlete. He had those little, look at those bow legs out there. it always scared me to see an opponent walk on the field and their quarterback was bow leg, because you know he can move, you know he got quickness out there. I've yet to see a football player with bow legs who was slow.
Well, it's 14-7 Buckeye, and we have 8 minutes to go in the first half, and a lot of people thought that might be the final score, something like 14-7. So this has been more of an offensive football game thus far than a lot of people expected. Karn will send it downfield. Picked up. Cornish, nice defensive play as he was stride for stride with their primary receiver, the flanker Sheldon Steinke.
I thought Dave picked that ball off there at first.
Dave Cornish with excellent coverage.
Take a look at it here. They picked up the blitz there by Kaminsky, and now we'll take a look at the ball on the screen here and see that ball goes and go right through Dave's hand, and Steinke becomes a defender now and pulls his arms away from it.
Nice arm there by Karn. This team will run the ball more than anything else, and they're not going to run it very far here because coming through that time was Kaminsky.
They were trying to run the inside trap there, George, and Big Joe Kaminsky was just on a blitz game, and he blitzed right off the guard's hind end. We'll take a look at it here. You'll see number 86 right there come off the guard's butt, and good night, Piqua.
He downed Honeycutt.
3rd and 11 now with 7:07 to go in the second quarter. Coming out now with their ace backfield for the first time. They got trips to the right side, split man left.
Kicking up some noise over here on the Buckeye stands. Ball overthrown and incomplete. The intended receiver on the far side of the field wearing number 43, Rob Foster.
Nice job in there by Scott Treckle putting the pressure on him. He didn't have time really to sit there and pick anybody out. He had to get rid of that ball as Treckle came on the inside dog, and he put the pop on him just as he was delivering the football there and caused the ball to go high.
Karn also handles the punting duties, which makes him dangerous in these situations. You always have to keep an eye on a fake, but line of scrimmage is the Piqua 46, so I would think that Karn would be better off just kicking here and putting his defense back out on the field, and that's what he's going to do. Kick's a beauty. Ball coming down and fair caught by Chet Poblish at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Buckeye.
Chet only lined up 20 yards off the line of scrimmage on that punt, George, and then ran back to catch it. So evidently they must not have a lot of respect for his punting ability back there. And one thing it does have, having your quarterback, and he is their outside linebacker on defense, as the game goes along, his leg is going to keep getting tighter and tighter. His punts will be going shorter and shorter through the game.
Well, let's hope so. 14-7, as you saw on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. The good guys up by 7 right now as we have about half of the second quarter remaining here. Roush gets the call on 1st down. And I think the Panther fans were a little upset that might have been Hosenfeld or somebody got leveled back there well away from the play.
And then we also had to spin end out here on the wide side. Came out to block, and once the whistle blew, he let up, and the defensive back for Piqua just grabbed him and threw him on the ground also.
No gain on 1st down. Hosenfeld throwing incomplete, intended for Danny McCain, so all of a sudden, Buckeye is looking at 3rd and 10 from its own 20-yard line. And you got to take care of the ball down here when you've got that 7-point lead and your defense is all fired up. The Panthers have been an exceptional second-half defensive team in the postseason. They have not allowed a point after intermission. So you want to go in with that lead, and you've got to take care of the ball right now to do so. 3rd down and 10. Poblish gets the call. Poblish gets virtually nothing. Antoine Jones involved in the action, and they also got another guy in there, Ben Holtvok, number 31.
Needed a good punt here.
Rick Matthews almost gets it blocked. It's a short punt coming down to the 40 and will go out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Buckeye local. Piqua will have excellent field position. Buckeye has the lead 14-7 on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard. We'll be right back. At the Buckeye 42-yard line, Magato works the right side. He's inside the 40. to the 39, a gain of 3 yards on first down. A couple interesting tidbits about Piqua. Of course, they are involved in Ohio's oldest rivalry with Troy High School. They've been playing each other for about 116 years. Ty Fleming saw that first meeting, I think. And second down and 8 here at the 39 of Buckeye, and they marked it back actually to the 40-yard line. Karn fakes, moves left, and he wants to hum it. Karn, again, it's Cornish making the play defensively, and Steinke, the intended receiver. Cornish has just been right with Steinke, and that is a dangerous combination of Lance Karn and Sheldon Steinke, and thus far in this game, Dave Cornish just done a bang-up job one-on-one against Steinke.
Yes, he was right there playing that ball all the way, and didn't he set the Buckeye record for interceptions this year?
He got a bunch of them, I know that, and this team set a Buckeye local record for interceptions this year, and sacks.
Here we go again.
Karn being pursued, he's buried from behind. Jim Runovich, and it seems like everybody has been involved. Wilt and Hepburn on the last series. You saw Roush in pursuit that time, and Runovich making the play from behind.
Yes, we'll see it right here as he's coming out here, and he's flushed out to the top of the screen as he is. You'll see Mike Rush right there coming in low on him and reaches down as he does. Big number 62 cleans him up from behind. Jim Runovich bringing up fourth down. Now here's a dangerous part of the field, George, where they could easily go for the fake here at mid on the 48-yard line,
especially with their defensive reputation. Karn in punt formation. He will kick. Ball sailing downfield, lands at the 22, and finally will roll out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 Buckeye local. You saw Cornish along with Poblish as the deep backs on the punt return. Buckeye 14, Piqua 7.
We'll get the ball there at the 21, 22-yard line, George, where Jones first touched that ball. Yes, they're putting down to 21-yard line, thank goodness there. So we're outside the 20-yard line on this drive now with 4:09 to go in the second quarter. We need a couple first downs to get back in the field position.
Well, they bring the up back, Roush, to the near side, and the single setback right here is Poblish. Good block by Roush. Poblish out across the 26 and to the 27. Mark Cool, C-O-O-L, on the tackle.
Well, Cool put a nice little pop on Pope right there. Nice job on the outside there. Was that Roush?
Roush pushing his man out of the way, I believe. And Cool making the stop, as you see. Gain of about 6 yards, so it's 2nd down and 4. This is a nice pickup right here, close to the first down. I think it is a first down. Danny McCain.
Nice job there by the Buckeye. Again, offensive line coming off the ball and handling the pick with front people up there. And again, I think that we're going to see the Buckeye really going to have some success just with good straight-ahead football, because this team is more concerned about standing up and reading things out there. If we can just pound that ball right down the throat, we may have some real good success tonight.
You know, Chet is without question an all-state candidate, but Roush and McCain have run awfully hard in the postseason and opened up so many avenues for this offense. Short pass to Cornish over the middle. Cornish is up to the 39-yard line.
Yes, nice play there by the Buckeye staff. Came out in trip formation that time and took the 2 inside receivers from him straight down the field, and then brought the outside receiver, Cornish, off their tails on him. Just a quick slant up there and picked up 7 yards on first down. 2nd and 3 with 2:50 to go in the first half.
Rapidly paced first half, Ty.
This was quick.
From the eye. Hosenfeld fake, the pitch back again. Man falls down, so Poblish has all kinds of room to midfield to the 45 of Piqua. And the one man who had the best shot at Poblish initially slipped and fell. And I believe that was Doug Uhl.
Doug Uhl's the one that caught him from behind. I'm not sure the number who slipped there. We'll take a look at it. Nice blocking on the outside over there. I think that's number 44, Danny McCain.
And guess who goes down? Is that Antoine? No, that's Lyman. The other standout, the junior, is the one who fell on the play. And then Poblish does a nice job once he gets into the secondary to get additional yardage. 1st and 10 from the 45. This play has been working, and he's got room near side to the 40, the 37.
With 2 minutes to go now, George, 2:10 and counting. We'll have now 2nd down and 3, and we got a nice drive going here. We got our timeouts. We got 2 left here in the half, so we're in real good shape time-wise.
Well, know this. This Piqua club has 8 defensive starters returning from a year ago. We told you that they have yielded only 65 points in 12 games. 5 shutouts. 10 of their 12 victims have scored 7 points or less. The handoff to McCain. McCain with a 1st down. Inside the 35 to the 33. A minute 40 showing 1st half.
This is their 4th straight trip now, George, to the semifinals. You know, so they've beaten the people on that part of the state. Now they're facing somebody from a different area, so hopefully we can keep pounding away at him there. As we look at our camera, bouncing up and down as McCain does a real nice job, and Roush leading through for him. 1:39 to go.
Can't say enough about the blocking by the backs. If Roush carries the football, then McCain is taking his shots at somebody. When McCain carries the football, Roush is taking his shot at somebody. When Poblish is carrying the football, you got to deal with both 33 and 44. Tonight at 11:30 here on WTOV TV 9, we are continuing what is an unbelievable sports weekend. As you can see, Bellsville in its effort to go to the state championship game. The Bellsville Blue Devils and McDonald. Ty Fleming can tell you a little about McDonald because 5 years ago,
I don't want to mention that name.
That's who knocked off his Shady Side Tigers 14-0 in the semis in 1989. And we look for a good one tonight without question. Well, Piqua, Division I in the recent past. They had dropped to Division II in recent years and have benefited from the addition of a 6th division. Played 6 Division I opponents, were ranked 1st or 2nd in Division II virtually all year, and beat the number 1 ranked team, Salina, last week. Or is that Salina? Well, I don't know, but this is Hosenfeld.
Behind the
intercepted by Magato.
He got the
Magato on the far side. Magato to the 40. Magato to midfield.
Danny McCain takes him out of bounds with a nice pop there at the 48-yard line. That ball was thrown behind the receiver, and Magato played it clearly as a receiver, then took her up that sideline. Take a look at it here. See Elliott dropping back. He has time.
Poblish, the intended receiver, but Magato, the interception, and brings it all the way back to the Buckeye local 48-yard line. So the defenses have reversed roles here. Now it's Karn. He sets up the short screen over here. It's Honeycutt to the 40, the 35. Somebody better get this guy. This is big trouble. He's all the way to the 12. Ball down, and they may say that he was down initially at about the 12-yard line. So, wow, this has turned ugly in a sudden hurry, Ty, as Buckeye local looked like they were going to have a last-ditch scoring opportunity with a minute and 40 seconds to go in the half. Suddenly, Magato intercepts the ball, goes to the Buckeye 48, then a brilliantly executed screen to Honeycutt right here, and Honeycutt all the way from the 48 to the 12-yard line.
There's a pitch sweep.
And they'll get inside the 10-yard line down to the 7.
That Honeycutt,
it is Honeycutt
again.
Timeout on the field with 59 seconds to go in the first half.
According to my markings, George, that's their last timeout of the half. I'm not sure that timeout before this was Buckeye or Piqua, and I heard somebody out there say Piqua. So that's their 3rd timeout of the half. So with 59 seconds to go, they got the ball now 2nd down and 5 from the 8-yard line with 59 seconds to go. So we're not going to see too many really running plays, George, with that time left on the clock. They're going to have to do something to where they can stop the clock if they don't score, or if there's going to be running plays, we'll look for the sweep action where he can get out of bounds. Big stand here now for Buckeye. Be a huge lift for the defense if we could hold them down to 3 points and keep the lead going into halftime.
Today at noon here on WTOV 9, Florida State, and this evening at 8 o'clock, Notre Dame and USC. But as of right now, Buckeye Local and Piqua, 14-7 in favor of the Buckeye Panthers, but Piqua banging at the door. They have a 2nd down and 5 at the Buckeye 7-yard line. My, how it has turned around in the last 35 or 40 seconds. Karn in trouble. Now out of trouble.
Now they got to stay with the receivers and stay home.
Karn is tackled at the 4. The clock continues to run.
Nice job by the DB staying with the people as he had time backer to scramble around. We're down to 39 seconds and counting. Here's the second play that was called in the huddle for Piqua.
3rd down, a long one. Karn throws it away. So they're going to be faced with a 4th down. They get the clock stopped right there.
Yeah, but it's on 3rd down and 1. I'm not sure that's the play that Coach Ness on that sideline wanted to be done out there. If you're going to throw with the time on the clock there, you go ahead and pick up your 1st down and the clock stops for you. It gives you time to get a play in while the clock and the chains are moving over there. So that's kind of wasted down. Now the pressure on them. They've got to get a 1st down.
Now we'll look at the footwork here of Karn. He's actually moving before the ball snapped as he gets his left foot back there. So
should be a flag coming out.
I don't know.
White hat man.
I'd like to see closely if the ball is actually in motion from center as he's moving. Let's look at it one more time because this has happened repeatedly. He's moving before the ball snapped.
He's moving. Yes, he's jumping.
So Karn has some happy feet back there, but right now Piqua has some happy fans as they have averted a big deficit at halftime and have a chance to go in and tie this thing. Karn gives it off to Magato. He stopped! He stopped and turned away! Oh my goodness! Poblish coming up on the blitz, filled the hole, and I'll tell you what a big defensive stop right there on 4th down and 1. Mike Wilt also involved in the action. Karn gives it off to Magato. He's their money man, but you can see the surge coming. And once again, you see white jerseys on their heels. And Buckeye will be more than happy after the way this first half is wound down to get out of here with a 14-7 lead and just stay in the huddle. They will get the football to start the second half. So let the clock run and get out of here. There you go. 3-2. End of the first half. A big defensive stand in the final seconds of the second period. And Buckeye Local goes to the lockers with a 14-7 lead over Piqua. We'll be back with the Panther Band right after these messages. Will receive. WTOV and the Panthers are the best. We sure hope so. There's a ball loose down here on the kickoff. And fortunately, Buckeye Local with the recovery. I think Danny McCain may have jumped on top of it. 1st and 10, and Piqua, you can see defensively trying to get themselves fired up. So here we go for the 3rd quarter, 14-7 in favor of Buckeye. It all started on a warm September evening with Buckeye Local upending Upper St. Clair 14-7. Upper St. Clair will play for the WPIAL Quad A Championship tonight at Three Rivers Stadium. And Danny McCain is in trouble. He's wheeled down for a loss in the backfield by a suddenly excited Antoine Jones, who was all 6 feet 4 inches and 240 pounds of him erased in the first half. So something woke him up.
Yes, it did, and it looks like he has a half white helmet out there. He got so many awards stuck on that one side of the helmet. When he first got on the field tonight, I thought he had a different type of helmet than everybody else, but it's just all the awards stuck on one side of his head. 2nd down and 15 now for the Panthers.
From their own 15-yard line. Here's that play that's worked so well so many times, and Poblish gains 5 and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line. Of course, Buckeye again opening the season with that big win against Upper St. Clair. I believe, in all honesty, that is the turning point, not only in their football program, but certainly for this season, the game which was a springboard to an undefeated regular season, the game which gave them the confidence that they could play with just about anybody. Now the question is, in the next 24 minutes, can they earn one more step to Massillon? to give to McCain, and McCain will not get a first down, certainly.
Joey Lyman coming across from his defensive end spot right there and taking him down for a short gain of 3 yards, bringing up now 4th down for the Panthers. Going to punt the ball now, and Piqua's going to come out of this with good field position, George. They're going to be around the midfield stripe at least.
Certainly are, and look at this, the fake!
Did he fall down?
Where do they mark this? They may have marked it short of the first down.
No, we're across the yard line, George. The change short of the 30, and we're across the 30.
Oh yeah. Now I can see it clearly.
I don't know why he's measuring it.
You know, that's good. This is good unless those chains are short.
Well, them stripes are off. And it's not even close.
That's a first down.
Boy, was he open.
There's another word for guts, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not permitted to use on the air, but Ron Poblish. Oh, this is unbelievable.
I'll tell you what.
Look at this.
Right there,
and he got tripped up by his own men.
Oh, right there's what happened. I thought he slipped. He stepped on Cornish's foot.
Let's establish who was involved in that play. Rick Matthews threw the ball upfield to who was that? Oh, no.
They got it.
Doggone it. So much for all of that.
Well, we had inside pressure there.
Figure out what's going on, and Lyman makes the big play and a fumble recovery for Piqua, and these are the kinds of mistakes that you have to afford. After Buckeye virtually put Piqua in shock with a fake punt deep in their own end, you'll see
right here, we're going to see a
little bit of a fumble here, and Danny McCain dropped it right at the feet of Joe Lyman, who recovered it and moved it back inside the 20-yard line of Buckeye local. Karn, he clipped and caught. It could easily have been intercepted, and both of these teams are living on the edge right here.
Oh, boy. Monte got there, caught the football. Let's see who this is for Buckeye. Comes up through here. Right there it is.
Almost intercepted by Roush, and if he'd have picked that off, he'd have been running all the way from here to probably Zanesville.
And Scott Trick, he'll come over and made the pop on him, held him for a no gainer. Honeycutt,
not much yardage to be gained here. Honeycutt is brought down by Wilt.
And Kaminsky, in the linebacker spot, stepping in there, pulling him down, bringing up 3rd down and 11. I think Piqua's probably going to have to try to go to the outside a little more. And that first down play, George, is what the Buckeye staff told us they'd love to do once they get down inside your territory, and that's for that little swing pass to the back, so it was well defensed.
3rd down. 11 yards to go. Karn throwing for the end zone. It is broken up. Chet Poblish defending marvelously once again, and their defensive secondary has just been absolutely flawless, as Magato was the intended receiver, and Poblish looks like he's got a bruised hip or some kind of a problem.
He came up with it 2 plays ago there on offense. He came up from the play there before the 3rd down call limping. And again, their offensive receiver, Montague, had to become a defensive back there and pull Chet's arms away to keep away from the interception.
Here they are on 4th down and 11 at the Buckeye 21-yard line. Lance Karn, the quarterback, is being chased out of the pocket. He has room, but no first down. He was being pursued over there by Kaminsky and was driven out of bounds as the Buckeye Panther defense makes another big stand.
Take a look at it and see who gets him out of bounds. I believe it was number 62 for Buckeye, Jim Runovich over there, but we'll take a look at it and see.
Okay, I've now been informed from our truck that due to technical difficulties, we will not be able to bring you the halftime performance by the Buckeye Band. Hopefully we'll get to bring it from the state championship game next week, and it will if you keep getting plays like this. McCain on the move. He's clear out to midfield.
And cross midfield. Nice play, Danny McCain. He shoved the man off there on the 40-yard line. George picked up an extra 15 yards with that stiff arm. They laid out there for him nice and soft. We looked in the replay, come right to the bottom of the screen. You'll see McCain, number 44, just slipped out of the backfield. Now he's just going to lay it out for him nice and soft. Now it's just a footways. Watch his stiff arm. Oh, that's on the 35.
Oh, my.
He's right there. Look
5,
at
10, 15 yards. He dragged the poor victim, Andy Free, 15 yards downfield inside Piqua territory.
Ball.
Short pass might have hit one of the opposing players in the buns or something there, but the ball was either slipped out of the hands of Hosenfeld or was tipped at the line of scrimmage. They're teeing off up front with their two tackles, Lyman and Jones, on that previous play that went for big yardage. Those two fellas over-pursued, and McCain went for the first down and more. Second down 10 at the 49 of Piqua. The pitch back coming to Chet. Chet tries to work through traffic, gets something, and there appeared to be no room. He gets down to about the 46-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be third down and 7. If nothing else, Buckeye has managed to salvage some field position out of this whole thing.
Salvage some field position, salvage some really ego problem on the Piqua Indians there, because they had the ball down there. They thought they were going to go in for the tying score or possibly go for 2 for the go-ahead score, and the defense rose to the occasion on that quick turnover, and now we're looking at 3rd and 8.
They pitch it to Chet. This may be the pass. Poblish downfield.
He caught it
by Cornish.
Great play by Dave Cornish. He went up between 2 defenders and took the ball. That's just a matter of wanting the ball more than they did.
And you've got to want to go to the state championship game in a bad way to make plays like that. And Dave Cornish double covered. And this is the halfback option. And Pope, who is left-handed, guns it downfield.
Take a look at it here.
Nice ball. He threw a nice ball there, and Cornish was really fortunate. One of the defenders fell down. He just outworked the other defender for the ball, however. First down, Buckeye local at the 17-yard line. Give it to Poblish. He runs into opposition at the 15. This is a golden opportunity for Buckeye local to really put a hurting on the Piqua Indians.
Right now, Buckeye definitely needs to score, because they do not want to be in a position where this Piqua ball club with their explosiveness comes down the field and put a tying score on the board. So right now, we want to get 7 points, but we'll be happy right now for 3 points.
Any
George.
kind of a score to put it out of reach.
Really puts the pressure on
the
them.
distance of one score.
He got Hosenfeld
throws. Ball is caught near the goal line. They call it a completed pass.
Definitely.
Danny McCain caught it and was popped inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal, Buckeye local, inside the Piqua 5-yard line.
Yes, George, we're on down. It looks like we're inside the 3-yard line there by the mark. We'll take a look at it right here. Elliott made a real nice job, and so did Danny McCain. He got the containment broke right now, and McCain is covered. At the last second, their defensive back decides to come up. Right there, number 16, that's their quarterback who was covering Danny McCain. And we see him getting popped right there on the 1.5-yard line.
Back to live action. First and goal. They mark the football at the 2-yard line. To give to the up back. Score!
All right. Good power to that left-hand side again. Mason Boyce, Jason Sustick, Bobby Ogden, and big tight end Joe Kaminsky, and the power of Danny McCain with Mike Roush leading the way. Buckeye 20. Take a look at it here, folks. Watch his offensive surge. He doesn't get touched by a white shirt till he's in the end zone.
Well, I don't know if that score looks familiar to Buckeye fans, but I know that they led as we look at the point after. Kick is up. Kick is good by John Seuss, and the Panthers lead 21-7. Does that score look familiar? In each of the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, the Panthers led by that margin, and once again here in the state semifinals, it is Buckeye local 21, Piqua 7, 6:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back. The WTOV blimp. We do have a blimp, don't we? I know I saw it on one of our
man you calling a blimp?
Well, I don't know, but that's one cat a purring right there as the Kitties lead it here 21-7. And I'll tell you, there is nothing like this. There's nothing like the Ohio playoffs. And if the Buckeye Panthers can continue on this march to Massillon, it will be something a lot of people, including ourselves, will never forget. The kick comes down at the 18-yard line. And here comes Honeycutt. Honeycutt with a nice return out across the 35. He is brought down at the 37, where it will be 1st and 10 Piqua.
Nice job by John Raytie staying home out there. He had the outside containment on the left-hand side. He just stayed in his lane and waited for him to make the break to the outside and brought him down there. Set them up with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter on their own 37-yard line. Don't be surprised, George, to see them come out and try to... Here, yes, they are. They're coming out now with an ace backfield. Don't be surprised they start throwing the ball a little more than what they have been. They're in an unusual situation now, trailing 21-7. Here's the option to the wide side.
Karn runs with the football out over the 40, and he's brought down by McCain.
And Treckle. Scott Treckle really making some pop out there tonight. Scott Treckle, 5'8", 190. I tell you, he looks like a fire plug out there, and he really delivers some blows on them people. Take a look at it right here. You see Karn on the option making the move up inside, and there's Treckle come from the inside, and that is McCain from the outside putting the pancake on him.
Second down and 5 from the 42-yard line. Pass fakes. Karn almost grabbed by the back. Ref, get out of the road for crying out loud. Now we're going to get a flag down, and the best block thrown on that play was somebody wearing stripes.
And we got a holding call.
Yeah, one of the officials did a brilliant job right there blocking Kaminsky. Kaminsky initially missed the opportunity for a tackle. Now a clip is what they're going to call, and that'll work just as good as anything else I can think of.
That's
at this
even
time.
better because the clip's 15, the hold's only 10. That's a spot foul, so we're in the 34. We're going back 15 from there. Right there, you see escape.
Yep. And now watch the block here by the official. There, get out of here. They're going to get him again.
Right there's the clip on number 42. The clip is put right in the middle of the back on Scott Treckle. So we back him up now to the 19-yard line. We got second down in a bundle. They got to go to the 47.
Was the clip against the official? I'm not sure.
No, I think his was a clean block. He hit Kaminsky in front.
Second down, and I'd say from here to Dillonvale. They're clear back inside their own 25-yard line. This screen worked for big yardage earlier.
He dropped it.
Dropped the football. Honeycutt was the intended receiver. I want to go back for a second and look at some of these Piqua scores. They beat Springfield North 41-0, Xenia 23-0, blew out Urbana 47-13, shut out Clayton Northmont 14-0. They beat their rival Troy 13-6, and so on down. They've only been involved in a couple of close ball games, and it seems to me by looking at those scores, they jumped on their opponents and then turned their defense loose on people. This is certainly not a team that has trailed at any time that is indicated by their scores 21-7 this year. Karn is back. Karn with room.
Man open.
It has a man open. That's a big play out across the 45-yard line. We'll see where they mark the football.
By the side judge mark, they're going to be slightly short, but now he didn't come out and have the ball thrown to him. The back judge placed the ball down, so now it's going to be a matter of bringing it out for the measurement. Take a look at it right here. He's wide open.
Yep. And that was third down and a whole bunch, about 30 yards they needed. And we'll see if they got the 30.
At the initial spot of the side judge, it should be a fourth down call.
Wow.
It's going to be.
Fourth down and a fist.
And I believe the Piqua staff has told his offensive people they're going for it.
Well, if Buckeye can fake a punt back at their own 15, then certainly this team can go for it at their own 47.
I don't think we'll see the ball leave the quarterback's hands. Big Lance Kearns is going to take that ball on a sneak himself. Why take a chance handing that ball back away from the line of scrimmage when you only need inches? Let the quarterback get it for you.
They set up in a power I at their own 47. I'll tell you, if they do get the first down, they really got out of a big mess to get the first down. They sneak, and I think Karn has the first down to the 48. He only needed that little bitty few inches that you saw on the measurement. He does get the first down out to the 48. All right, so the Buckeye Panthers will have to snap it up with under 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter and keep this outfit out of the end zone. They still got a ways to go, 52 yards to pay dirt. First and 10. Karn keeps. Karn is sacked.
Danny McCain pulled him down right away, folks.
Danny McCain and the boys. You saw Roush back there. McCain turned him one way, and then he got some help from his friends, and that'll cost Kroger Food and Drug another 50.
Take a look at it right here. Just
McCain
right
just
around.
fought right through a would-be blocker right there, and we'll get back to our sack for a sack. There it is. That's now $100, the second sack of the evening recorded, both by Buckeye. Karn with time, throws incomplete. Again, good coverage out to the near side. It was Cornish who got a hand on it. McCain was also involved in double coverage on Sheldon Steinke.
And we got a breaker as the ball went through Cornish's hand. We'll take a look at it here at the bottom of the screen here in the bottom right. Just that ball coming right through. I don't know if Cornish touches it or not. I don't think he got to it. I think the ball just dropped. But he got the hand in front of the face to distract him there. Now they're in their ace backfield, George. 3rd and 14.
Karn, the quick switch back to Magato. Magato sidesteps one man, two men, and is finally brought down. Someone had him by the ankles, and then Wilt finished him off short of the first down yardage at about the Buckeye 44.
4th down and 5. Now the pressure really going to be on. Now they're sending his punting team in. If we take a look at it here on a pitch sweep, he's coming to his wide side of the field. Nice move right there, just letting the defender go by him. Nice spin move. And I think that's Cornish that brought him down by the ankle.
Are they punting or are they playing games here on 4th and 5 at the Buckeye 46?
Well, remember, the quarterback, Lance Karn, is the quarterback, and I don't believe we have anybody back at all.
Buckeye has no one back to receive the punt. They are not buying into this at all, and Karn will kick it. So they play for field position. The kick is downfield to take
roll.
Is that a touchback?
It is. Goal line.
No, it's a touchback.
Yes. Man was on the strike when he hit the ball.
You know, you've got to have some luck to get to the state championship. Ron Poglish was quoted in the newspaper article indicating that, and one thing has been certain in this game, the Panthers have had their share of good fortune. Buckeye 21, Piqua 7. It'll be Panthers ball when we come right back. On the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Got to take care of the football right here, and McCain moves ahead, crashing through tacklers out across the 25. He's close to a first down. We want to look at the punt again. Well, actually, we can talk about it. We're not going to look at it. Was there a reason why Buckeye may be suspected?
Well, evidently in the scouting reports they've seen with the quarterback back there that they do go with the fake on that situation. So it could be that is part of their offense, that their quarterback there has the option of throwing the football or punting the football, and Buckeye definitely stayed up for the fake on that one.
What you're seeing right here is brute force, because the Buckeye interior line is just taking and smashing people 3 and 4 yards backwards, and Mike Roush is just plowing in between bodies right there behind Bobby Ogden, and that is one big load to follow at about 6'3", 275 pounds, Bobby Ogden. 1st and 10 Buckeye Panthers at their own 35. And Poglish gets around a man. He's across the 40, pulled out of bounds in front of the Buckeye bench at the 42-yard line. Good gain on 1st down for Chet Poglish.
Yes, what we saw in the first offensive drive of Piqua, them controlling the line of scrimmage. Now the Buckeye Panthers are controlling the line of scrimmage. And also the big key, George, that I'm noticing out there right now, and that is the coaching that's coming into this football play. And I'm talking about coaching that started back in early tour days. The Buckeye offensive line is using great technique out there. They're positioning their bodies well and using their bodies to block as well as their feet.
Poglish lost the ball. Is that a fumble?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
I'm not sure who that was for Piqua, but he did not go for the tackle at all. He just stood right there as one man had him wrapped up, and he just reached in there and stripped the ball.
Mark Kuhl made the recovery with 1:09 to go in the 3rd quarter, and just when we said that the Panthers had gotten their share of good fortune here, they get a bad break.
We'll take a look at it right here. Watch as he gets wrapped up. We can see who that is.
Well, from that angle,
number 37 in there, he just went strictly for the football to strip it. Quick
I'd like to see that from a different angle if we can. The pitch is to Magato, and he drops the ball over there. He was hacked nicely by Kaminsky, but the ball rolled out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and it's a 1st down for the Piqua Indians.
Job there by Kaminsky, and number 41, Ben Bailey, also over there pursuing him. He got on the outside of our protection there, then got around the defensive end and had some room to go up that sideline. Took the ball down to the 31-yard line of the Panthers. 48 seconds to go. So we have got now to put a hold on right here and try to keep him out of the end zone in this quarter.
Blitz. First down and 10, and they got him. Several players involved there simultaneously on the ball carrier.
Number 62 coming off the ball in the power again, Renovich. Well, you're calling his number a lot tonight, George, in there. And the thing I've noticed, some of the Piqua backs, when they got to go between tackle and tackle, they're not really running real hard.
Well, they're a finesse team, according to what Buckeye's staff saw on film, and they have perhaps not played anyone this physical all year. Magato with an opening on the left side, tries to get outside and does, and still loose. First down inside the 15-yard line. Magato, who ran for over 1,000 yards coming into this game.
And you can see why.
A brilliant run right there.
Nice job there. We had 2 or 3 chances to pull him down, and we see a big offensive tackle, number 79, Ryan Ford, coming out there leading the way for him. And right there,
2 Panthers missed an opportunity to get him right there, and then Poblish had one crack, and it's a good thing somebody tripped him up. That's the end of the third quarter. Buckeye local on the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard leads 21-7 with 12 precious minutes separating one of these 2 teams from a trip to Massillon, the dream vacation of a lifetime in chilly December. Piqua will have the ball deep in Buckeye's end when we come right back. For the fourth quarter, number 86, Go Joe. And, of course, Joe Kaminsky with his fans up here. Also a sign there for number 44, Danny McCain. But keep in mind that Joe Kaminsky, and we've said it on a couple of occasions, if you're tuning in late, his father passed away on Wednesday night. And that would have to be just an excruciating, some guys play with physical pain, Ty, but this young man is obviously playing with some emotional scars here tonight, and our condolences certainly go out to him
and his family, and it's such a weight on the young man's shoulders, just a tribute to his ability to come out here and get that out of his mind and focus on the football game tonight.
To give to Magato, big opening. He's inside the 10 and gets 5 yards on the carry. First down play, first.
And big number 86 there, Joe Kaminsky was the first one to wrap him up there.
Right. But it'll be a second down and 5. Piqua at the 9-yard line. I think this is huge right here, because if Buckeye can find a way to turn Piqua's offense away again, they've done it on 2 clutch drives previously, this would be absolutely huge. On the other hand, Piqua can get back in this thing in a hurry. Touchdown. Well, Sheldon Steinke makes the reception at the goal line, and Karn threw it right on the money. The coverage was good, but the touchdown is on the board. And the Piqua Indians are back to within 8.
We'll take a look at it right here. We'll see Karn just taking a 3-step drop and looking for his favorite receiver all night, number 7, Sheldon Steinke, just on a quick slant. He just had enough to get across the goal line. Here's the all-important extra point coming out of big number 89, Joey Lyman.
High snap, but the kick is good. Wow. 11 minutes and 23 seconds in what figures to be a nail-biting fourth quarter. Going to look at the fourth quarter again. Cornish right there with his man, only this time he got his body in front of the defender, and Karn just threw a perfect strike to him. And then using his strength, Steinke crosses the goal line. It's 21-14.
Well, we're in for an exciting 11 minutes and 23 seconds now, George. We got to take the ball down, move the ball down the football field, pick up some first down, and move those chains, plus take some time off that clock.
Piqua scored first on the opening series of the game, going 71 yards with Magato running 7 yards for the touchdown. And Buckeye answered promptly. Chet Poblish, a 10-yard run. It was 7-7 after 1. Danny McCain, 3 yards on a 4th and 6. Put Buckeye up 14-7 at the half. The Panthers added a touchdown to go up 21-7. And Piqua has now come back to make it 21-14. And here is Buckeye local with the return. Good job of covering up the football there. Ben Bailey brings it back out across the 30. So the Panthers are in decent shape to start this drive with 11:15 to go in the football game.
Now it's back the shoulders on those offensive linemen to create some good movement on that offensive line and give us some good yardage here on first down. We don't want to be facing second and long. We like them second down and 5 and 6, 4 yards to go. We need that good cushion right now on first down. Coming out with single back, strips the left-hand side.
McCain a single setback, and Hosenfeld gives it to Danny McCain, who is possessed as he runs it strong out to the 40-yard line and a gain of 6 yards on the play. Big first down carry, and that's what you got to do. You got to send a message right back to these guys. We know you got a good defense, but we're coming back at you.
We're going to come right at the strength of your defense, people. We're going to come right at your big people inside, see if you can stop us.
Second down and 4. Buckeye local has pulled out all the stops in 3 rounds thus far. Danny McCain to the 42. He's about a yard short of the first down. Got to possess the football right here. Keep putting pressure on the Piqua defense.
And let's see if Coach Pogue stays with what he's done all night long, and his tendency so far when he needs short yardage now is come out in that power formation and run behind his left-hand side over there behind big number 64, Bobby Ogden, and 53, Jason Sustic.
Here it is. McCain has the first down. He's still going. It's Roush, not McCain. It doesn't matter. Those two guys want to go to the state championship game, Ty.
Picked up 12 yards on that play, George. We're down inside
the guards. They ran that play, and there's nothing fancy or tricky about this stuff. Mason Boyce initially opens up a little bit of an opening, and then this is all Mike Roush and Danny McCain and company just pushing people around.
Yes, the Piqua Ball Club, you know, they have some nice fine athletes up there, George, but that ball's being snapped. They're standing straight up in the air. They're not coming out low and hard. They're giving us a nice big target to hit and drive off.
Buckeye at the 48 of Piqua. Here's the pitch coming to the short side. Here is Poglish. Poglish, good job. He's inside the 40, close to another first down, and I think they'll move the sticks.
Yes. Nice job. Got the Piqua defense now back on the hill. This is one thing we wanted to do all night long, is keep mixing things up in there. And we've been able to do that real successfully here. As you see Chet here, and I wish I could give you that number, that block. There's a key block right there. It opened the alleyway up for Chet to go up through there with 9:19 to go.
But they're going to bring the sticks out and measure this. I thought he certainly had enough yardage for the first down. We will see.
But I tell you what, this is the coach's dream, though, if it is slightly short, George, because we're looking down now at second down in inches, and you really have the defense guessing now what you're going to do. First down, Panthers. The 38-yard line of the Piqua Indians with 9:19 to go, leading 21-14. This would start willing to put a big nail down in the column as Chet
Poglish already with 101 yards in this game against a heralded Piqua defense. And our thanks to the Ohio High School Athletic Association statistician who gave us that information. Not much running room here, but Roush is going to get a couple 3 yards with sheer determination.
Joey Lehman hit him there in the backfield, and he just spun away from him and drug him forward for a 2-yard gain.
Well, before the season started, Ron Poglish told me he absolutely loved Mike Roush.
I can see why.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Not the biggest fullback in the world.
5'9", 180, but I tell you what, that 180 doesn't give you any type of scale weight of the heart.
At the 35, here's the pitch to Chet, working the left side, and wow, couldn't get out of the grasp there of number 31, Ben Holtvogt. And the trouble there is that he had a blocker out there in Kaminsky, but Holtvogt did a brilliant job of working his way around Kaminsky, and that's not easy to do. Had Chet cut that inside Kaminsky right there, he might have gotten some yardage out of that, but instead he loses about 2 or 3.
3rd and 13 for the Panthers from the 40-yard line.
The pitch to Poblish. Poblish is going to lose more yardage on this play, and good defensive penetration coming through there. Kelly Grunkmeyer.
Piqua defense rose to the occasion right there, George, bringing up down 4th down now, and 18 we'll take a look at it here. Big number 49 for him. Kelly Grunkmeyer just came through on the pitch sweep. We've been seeing all right there, and he had the speed to run Chet down.
Punt downfield, fair caught inside the 20-yard line, so we're going to take a break. Buckeye Local leads Piqua 21-14. Piqua will have the football at its own 18-yard line when we return. Scoreboard, Buckeye 21, Piqua 14. Here is Piqua on first down. They've got him, and down he goes. Kaminsky this time would not let go, and that's what you got to do in this situation. Grab a jersey or any body part that is exposed and wait for your buddies to get there to clean the work up.
Yes, sir. We see Joe come through here. He's come through here tonight so many times, and it's just taken one step too much to the
Almost
side.
lost the football, did Karn. That's going to be a sack, the 3rd of the evening, and Kroger will send $50 more to the Salvation Army. That's the 3rd sack of the evening, all recorded by the Buckeye Panthers. It'll be 2nd down, 15.
Draw.
Delay to Magato. He's got room, trying to work his way around. Roush doesn't do that. And a good job by Roush to force him back to the inside where other Buckeye defenders were waiting. Otherwise, Magato might have broken that on a delay for substantial yardage. John Raytai came up to make the hit also. 3rd down, 13 with 6:25 to go. And a big 3rd down. You can see
they really like
the
that.
Stands on the near side. We got an earthquake going here.
They've liked that little swing pass to the back, out the back from this situation, but they're going for the quick slant. It's
incomplete. Ball intended for Joe Sager.
Right off his fingertips, bringing up 4th and 13 now with 6:12 to go. And I believe he's going to have to send the punting team out. Yes, they are. We'll take a look at it right here as Karn drops back and puts the ball right on the money. As he was going down, he still would have been 4 yards short of the 1st down, George. But as it is, now it's 4th and 13 with 6:12 to go for the Panthers.
That was a little strong for the intended receiver, Sager. And now they'll have to punt the ball from inside their own 5-yard line.
And this time
Karn in punt formation, and this time the Panthers are back. Karn gets the kick away. It's a nice kick.
Cornish
is repelled at about the Piqua 43. So Buckeye has excellent field position and 6 minutes and 3 seconds showing.
Wait a minute. Move the ball up, sir.
Where'd they mark this?
They put it back on the 44. The side judge here had his foot planted on the 41-yard line where he first got hit at, and he let the other back judge take the ball back to the 44-yard line.
Is there no forward progress in this game?
Well, let's go. We got the ball
44 then, and from the I formation, Farhash got to hold the ball. Chet, hold the ball. Attaboy. Chet is driven down at the 41, so he gets about 3.
2nd down and 8. 41-yard line, 5:30 to go, and the important thing now is that clock. Is they going to run for the Panthers? This is the time you look up there, George, and you swear that thing's not moving.
Well, I'll tell you, though, you've got to let it run, and you've got to run the football right here. You run as much time off as you possibly can. Your defense has gotten you as far as you have come, and that's a long way since August 1.
Both teams had a full complement of timeout, inside handoff, and they were waiting on it.
And the tackle made there by Antoine Jones. And for all of the hype and publicity that this guy has gotten, we certainly have not seen a performance that equals the hype here out of Antoine Jones. Maybe he is a great player, I don't know. But certainly the Buckeye Panther interior line done a job on him here this evening.
3rd and 6, 4:37.
I ain't putting the ball up, I'm telling you. And I bet you if I know Ron Poblish, he ain't either. What's this?
I believe we're going to have somebody in the neutral zone.
Well, let's hope.
Well, we went the long count there and a long, hard count, and the side judge threw the flag.
Oh, that could be huge. Oh, this is huge. Is they going to mark this down to the 35-yard line for offsides?
We'll see if we can take a look at it, what type of angle we have. We've got a good angle. We'll see if he comes in the neutral zone. That's just up and down from both ends of the football.
It's their 10 and one who was sucked in on that play.
That picks up 5 yards, brings us down now to third and a long one. Well, what a difference from third and 6.
Holy mackerel.
Power eye shift to the right-hand side.
Give it to McCain.
McCain, first down. He was hitting the backfield. He just spun forward for the first down.
Well, I know one thing.
Pick was wondering, what do we have to do?
I see a bunch of guys in blue uniforms out there that desperately want to go one step further, Ty.
Yes, we'll take a look at it right here. There's number 44. Watch him get hit right there. Big number 89. That's Joey Lyman, their defensive tackle. He does not wrap him up.
With under 4 minutes to go, 4 fresh downs to work with. The Buckeye Panthers at the 33-yard line of Piqua.
Now when it comes to the smartness of the clock, you got to take the time off the clock down before it's snapped, and we make Piqua start using their timeouts.
Poblish, the ball carrier, will get very little, but the clock is still turning.
When will they use it?
3:35. 3.5 minutes to Massillon, ladies and gentlemen.
He hasn't used one yet. The clock's still running with 3:30 to go. Tell you what, they're really bringing people, George. If we can bust one through the line of scrimmage, we've got a lot of room to run, but that's going to be the tough job getting to that line of scrimmage. He's bringing his linebackers. He's bringing his outside corners.
One thing you need to know, Ty, only one team scored 21 points against them all year. That was Trotwood Madison. Piqua won that game 23-21, but no one else even came close. Buckeye leads 21-14. The handoff to Poblish, or is that McCain? McCain, the ball carrier. He'll get a yard or two, but the Panthers will gladly work the clock at this point.
Let's see when the clock's going to be put into play here. He hasn't put it into play yet. There it is right there with 2:43.
Clock's still turning.
Oh, yes. He hasn't used his timeouts yet. He must be saving it for his offense. He was relying on his defense here to take the ball off the Panthers.
Oh, we need a big third down play right here.
Elliott. There's no
big third down play coming up because they can go for it on 4th down rather than worry about a punt or a block punt right here if you can get a couple of yards. And Poblish will struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage right there. So it's going to be a 4th down, and the clock continues to move at 2:10. We will take a break and see what the Panthers do. We'll be right back. The punt is away, and it's sailing down into the end zone for a touchback. So the Panthers wind up netting about, I would say 10 yards with that punt. And there are 1 minute, 39 seconds left in this game. If Buckeye Local can prevent Piqua from going 80 yards, the Panthers will go about 100 miles to Massillon.
1:39 on the clock.
What do you look for right here?
Timeouts. They're going to open the ball up. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to use Karn on the option.
Karn back. Karn under a rush.
We slip.
Ball's deep. Downfield. There are people tangled up. They're calling it incomplete. No interference. And every play becomes crucial. Only 6 seconds wound down there. 1:33. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Obviously, in a passing situation are the Piqua Indians.
Yes, they are. And I tell you, using that type of formations is great for us because they're only sending 2 receivers out. They had their favorite receiver, number 7, Sheldon Sankey, on the right sideline going deep. And they had Brian Monte down the left sideline deep. So if they just keep sending the 2 receivers out, we'll be happy all with this down the field.
Single setback is Honeycutt, so Magato will be one of the receivers out in the pattern. And here is Karn again on a short drop. He lobs it. Man wide open, Steinke near midfield. And he has a big first down. Nice pass by Karn. 1:29 to go, and they have moved the ball
to their own 49, George.
Right.
And again, both teams have all 3 timeouts left here.
They've gone 28 yards. in about 15 seconds. We need some kind of a big play defensively, a sack or something. Here's a short pass out to the near side. Good job to keep him in bounds right there, Danny McCain.
Picked up 1 yard. They're back on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to try to go with their 2-minute offense. 1:14.
Ball at midfield. Clock still turning. They still have not used any timeouts on this. Karn, short drop, throws to the near side. Pass broken up.
Like Mike Rouse got a hand on it at the line of scrimmage and knocked it down.
So a minute 9, or is that a minute 3? All right, a minute 3.
Take a look at it here, coming to the bottom of the screen. And see, that's number 33 got his hand there and deflected it. And it really, you know, whether he knocked that down or not, that boy was going out of bounds in the same situation. So bringing it up down now, 3rd down and 9 for Piqua.
Panther fans going bonkers here on the near side. Karn with
he's
a hold. Karn's still loose and is driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It sure looked like somebody had Kaminsky in a half Nelson.
Okay, now we got 57 seconds to go. We'll take a look up the middle right here and see what's big number 86.
Kaminsky.
There's Velcro on his sleeve. He couldn't let go of it. 57 seconds to go. 4th down and 4 for Piqua. Here's the ball.
He had him in a hammer lock, for crying out loud. Piqua, 4th and 4. Karn, short drop, throws. Caught at the 30, the 26, down at the 26-yard line. And a big play for the 1st down. Andy Free made the catch.
51 seconds to go.
Now what are they going to do? That wasn't Andy Free. That was Rob Foster making the reception.
Piqua takes their first time out, George.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll take a break here as George is recovering his breath here from that last call there on the High Valley Hospital scoreboard. Buckeye Local 21, Piqua 14, 51 seconds to go. We'll be right back.
Defending to the left, and you see the Piqua offense very much alive with that much time remaining. They still have 2 timeouts. Buckeye clinging to a 7-point lead.
Ball on the 26-yard line. Slip to the right-hand side, split man left, single back. Formation we've seen, George.
Karn throws deep. Incomplete, broken up nicely again.
Ben Bailey
on the coverage.
Take a look at it right here. This is just a straight streak up the sideline. And Bailey played the ball nicely right there. A little jousting going on in the end zone. And he's up and deflects the ball down.
Both players going for the football, clearly no interception on that play. Or I should say no interference. 2nd down and 10 at the 26, 45 seconds, the time showing on the clock. Everyone standing here in Dublin. Karn slipped. The receiver is tripped or tripped over his own 2 feet.
The receiver went down first. The receiver went down and then he knocked Cornish down.
Right.
There's got to be that dew on the field out there, George. We've seen a lot of slipping here in the 4th quarter. Down to 40 seconds to go, 3rd and 10. And Piqua really is all going for home run balls.
Yeah.
You know, they've been picking up the nice 10, 15 yards. They got some open receivers when they needed it, but he hasn't been settling for that. He's been going for the pay dirt. Let's see, 3rd and 10, 40 seconds, and the ball on the 26 of the Panthers. Trips to the short side, single receiver to the wide side, his favorite receiver.
Karn back.
He's looking at him.
Karn throws, has a man open.
Intercepted!
Dave Cornish
Picked it off and out of bounds at the 5-yard for the Panthers.
Dave Cornish.
He played that beautifully, George. Woo! They tried to go with an out move. They went a post
Wow, with 34 seconds to go in this football game, they have been trying to beat Dave Cornish all night, and he has repeatedly said no to Lance Karn and the Piqua offense. And that's Steinke, his favorite receiver, just an unbelievable job there by Cornish under the most intense pressure.
George, we've got to make sure that Elliott does not take any step backwards. He just wants to take this ball and go straight to the ground right now. Don't fool with the handoff. Just go down. Let them use their 2 timeouts.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're giving the ball off. Linemen stay down. They're calling their immediate timeout. 29 seconds ago. They got 1 timeout left. We've got 2 more snaps here, George.
That means it's this simple. If the Buckeye Panthers can snap the ball cleanly 2 more times
we're going to
fall down, we are going to mass.
Yes, we are.
Oh, wow.
Oh! Good. Did you hear that phone ring?
Yeah, I heard there was a phone ringing in here, and I think that's to reserve the bus. But I know these things are never over until they are over. But I'm not getting carried away here. I'm not getting carried away here.
Then why are you standing up waving all these fans with your hands up?
Crazy.
Yes, you're getting crazy. You're right there. You can hear the Panther fans turn around to the press box, just giving George the high five. Boy, they're excited here in Panther country. Northern Belmont County, Southern Jefferson County is going to be celebrating tonight, George. Here we go. 29 seconds. 2 more snaps. Two hands on the ball.
That's risky business, friends. But Roush carried the football out to about the 15-yard line.
And they're not using their timeout.
Maybe,
yes, now they
do. Now, it's this simple, Ron. Tell somebody to lay down and go to sleep. Don't put me through any more of this.
Oh, we saw this in the last ball game of the year, George.
Again, Martin Ferry lost the football on an exchange from center and gave Belair an opportunity at the end of the game. And I mean, it's just one of those things. It's the most fundamental thing in football. Quarterback sticks his little hands underneath his hiney. They snap the ball, and you lay down, go to sleep.
Here we go. 15 seconds, 16 seconds, George. Ball on the 14-yard line. Piqua Indians have used their 3rd timeout.
Well, I can tell you this. This is one of the most exciting moments I've had in broadcasting. This is the first time I've ever been behind a microphone and taking an Ohio team to the state championship game. Hopefully.
Here we go. Yeah, we're in our kill position. Look at the 2 backs up there behind him. He's down on the ground. Good snap. That's it, folks. We're going to Massillon.
10 seconds to Massillon.
Go ahead, George. Give the count.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Buckeye Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, have earned a trip to the state championship. And look at Ron Publish. Day after Thanksgiving, you'd think nothing was going on in his life. Ain't nothing important happening. Hats off to all of the Panther players. And
hats off to the whole community, George. Hats off to the school. Great win for the Buckeye local Panthers as we listen to the fans celebrate. Trying to get this signed up as we watch both teams now go through the traditional handshake. Great football game as the Buckeye Panthers advance to Massillon High at Paul Brown Stadium for the state championship game.
Next Friday night at 8 o'clock, I believe it'll be Chardon, which came in 12-0. Or Cuyahoga Falls Walsh Jesuit. We know what kind of reputation they have. And all I know is that you now have 48 minutes separating you from a state championship, which is, in my opinion, one of the colossal achievements in all of athletics. And the fans are asking me what Big Red's doing. I don't know.
Sacks for a sack tonight.
All right, what do we got? Wow, 4 sacks tonight. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, were all of those sacks recorded by Buckeye? I think they were. So that means that thanks to the Buckeye local defense, Kroger will send a check for $200 to our friends at the Salvation Army. We congratulate the state finalists, the 13-0 Buckeye Panthers, and keep another thing in mind. Of course, I mentioned this on a commentary earlier this week. No Ohio Valley team has ever gone 14-0 in a football season. We've had some 13-0s. but every team that's had the opportunity to win a 14th game has come up short. There you have it. On the Ohio Valley Hospital scoreboard, your final. Buckeye Local 21, Piqua 14. For Ty Fleming, I'm George Kellis. See you in Massillon. So long, everybody.